Health officials are saying that a Tulsa dentist may have exposed thousands of patients to life-threatening diseases ranging from HIV to hepatitis. ABC's chief health and medical editor, Dr. Richard Besser, is here with this disturbing story this morning.
It is disturbing. You know, I've spent my career in public health, and it's not hard to prevent infections in dental offices. But what they found here was absolutely shocking. Dr. W. Scott Harrington has been a trusted oral surgeon for 36 years. But now authorities believe he may have exposed thousands of patients to potentially deadly infections by allegedly using rusty instruments which weren't cleaned properly. Letters are being sent to 7,000 Oklahoma patients recommending they immediately be tested for hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and HIV, after one of his patients with no known risk factors tested positive for hepatitis C. In addition to allegations that he cleaned his instruments by improperly bleaching them, which caused them to become porous over time, he's also accused of reusing needles and vials.
The instruments that came out of the autoclave were horrible. I wouldn't let my nephews play with them out in the dirt. I mean, they were horrible. They had rust on them.
He even reportedly had medications 20 years past their expiration date and allowed unlicensed assistants to give IV medications. We reached out to Dr. Harrington, but he did not return calls.
So 7,000 patients have gotten these letters to get tested for HIV, hepatitis C, hepatitis A. I mean, what are the chances more patients are going to test positive, given those conditions?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of disturbing factors here. You know, many patients in his practice have HIV and hepatitis C and hepatitis B.
He was treating a higher risk population.
He was, and he had instruments set aside for those patients and other instruments for patients where he didn't know that whether they were infected or not. That's very dangerous. All instruments should be treated the same. You know, last summer there were 8,000 patients from Colorado who were notified, and thankfully there, none of them were infected. Here, there's a much higher chance someone could get sick.
But I would have thought soaking instruments in bleach would have killed anything. We keep hearing bleach is the only thing that kills everything.
Well, for a lot of things, bleach is the way to go. But these instruments have to go into something called an autoclave, which uses pressure and heat. If you use bleach on them first, it disturbs the outside of the instrument so that the autoclave no longer works.
And they become porous and things can get inside.
They can seep in, and then the heat and the pressure don't kill those germs.
So what are you supposed to look for, Rich? I mean, I go to a dentist office, and usually I've got so much stuff in my mouth I can't see what's going on.
A couple clues to look for. The first thing, if you ever see rusty or old instruments, that's a warning sign. The other is if your dentist isn't wearing gloves or isn't changing gloves between patients, find another dentist.
So he should do that in front of me?
Yeah, definitely. You should see that they're putting on fresh gloves.
Okay,
definitely.
and pay attention to those instruments.
That's
All right,
right.
Rich, thanks so much. Disturbing news. We'll keep on top of it.